around on the handlebars and putting the pegs on the back.
Y'all keep saying water, and so I play the song. Oh, man. That's too much. My baby came over here.
But seriously, water, if you're in the car and you're talking about how hot it is outside and you're on all of these different types of, I'm going to call them medications to be nice, aren't you worried about dehydration?
No, I'm drinking. Hell no.
Oh, Lord. Drinking water?
Yeah, you gotta stay hydrated.
Okay.
And pH, all that. Yeah, thank you, though.
What city are you in? It's not hot out here.
I am in Central California. Monterey.
Oh, and I know there then.
Yeah, and I know they got a heat advisory because they got a heat advisory.
I thought you were out here by the bay. You're in. Yeah, it's hot out there.
Yeah, it's mad hot in Central California.
It's warming up. Yep, it's summertime.
Not warming up. They have heat advisories, even here at the beach.
God damn.
Y'all better let water live. Y'all better let him live.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it
from a
alone.
heat stroke. Then what?
He was trying to keep him alive.
How can you regulate somebody
Right.
on the internet?
Yeah, it's feeling like Texas. I feel like it drove through Texas on Clubhouse.
You have a valid point, Dr.
Listen.
Why y'all try to regulate him on the
Listen, I'm giving
internet?
advisory just like the city gives heat advisories. I'm giving my advice.
Oh, okay. Okay, go
like
ahead,
everything
Johnny.
else, we can't regulate nothing from the internet, but we call people out for their bullshit. And the motherfucker that's thinking it's cool to drive fucking high is a piece of shit.
Okay.
Sorry if I take it personally.
No. I think that's perfectly okay. I mean, as long as we, I don't know. For me, it's just accepting that it may have no effect. That's all.
I just don't want tomorrow's room to be like, I was just with him yesterday. Don't close.
Everybody's tolerance is different. It ain't that serious.
Well, not even
It
that.
ain't about tolerance, it's about danger.
Not even that. Hearing the
Live
news,
your life.
not even that. Hearing a news story of somebody else being unalive because of his actions. That's
Like they gonna say
Yeah,
water.
ask me how many accidents I've been in all my life. Yeah.
it. Only takes one water.
But look, I'm just saying, you see how slow he's talking. Or if your reaction time is
It
like that,
sounds like that every day, Johnny. What is
But I'm
Every
saying
day.
the reaction time
Every day.
behind the wheel.
every day?
Every day.
Yeah, like I don't know. Maybe I hear in slow motion because
That's how people talk in California.
No. Don't put that on California.
absolutely,
You put that shit
absolutely not.
That is,
Absolutely not.
They just used to me talking faster when I'm sober, and then they get upset.
yeah, like I've heard him. I can tell the difference.
I know what I'm
Johnny,
talking about.
direct me to those days so that I can hear that on
I'll call it out next time.
Okay, please do.
Bring out my flag.
I think it's the
You need
temperature.
something
Put it on my lawn. Put my flag on my lawn, y'all.
Oh my goodness. What flag? Your Juneteenth flag?
Oh, I should put that out too. I was thinking about
Well,
the
what flag are you
California
talking
bear
about?
flag.
That's what
Put my little bear flag out. Little 2-inch flag.
we need a Juneteenth celebration on here. That's what we need.
It is cool up here, though, water for Juneteenth, but I don't know if it's worth coming up here for.
So
What you got going
the
on?
one up here is going to be at the Oakland Museum. Tomorrow. It's
Oh,
going to be a huge one.
that sounds real
There's going to be a
cool.
lot of people.
Who's playing? Somebody headlining?
They have a
They probably got
performance
some at the top of the lake too.
Oh, a secret
You know, like
special
when they
guest?
did.
That's cool.
So I would be looking at the thing that's happening at the top of the lake. And also every Friday night, there's a house party up there too. The world famous DJs for free.
It's a lot of fun. It's a good time. I haven't been in way too long.
Oh, you be over there, Brianna?
Sometimes,
Oh, we're gonna have to
Sometimes,
catch up.
you gotta just keep it shuffling,
You got some steps? You got steps?
Sometimes it's gotta happen.
Your Honor says sometimes you step out there.
Yeah, I be the one,
What Oakland Museum?
Oh, come on.
Oakland.
We don't even want to hear about
Are you still out here, Lisa?
I'm still here.
Oh,
Lisa,
yeah.
Lisa be up there in those hills.
It's funny because I just passed San Quentin, and guess who I
Oh,
Lord, is it
oh,
ready?
okay, this is what happens when I'm not online. Okay, go ahead. Pretend like I'm not here. Talk about me.
Oh, is it that? Oh, come on, Lisa, don't do him like that.
No, I didn't say you were there.
I don't see him laugh. I don't hear him laugh. I'm just going to talk about him.
I thought y'all were over that.
And little bit was gross. I'm not over that.
It ain't over till it's over, baby.
And San Quentin is actually a very nice day.
I left said I drive by that every day.
That's right. I'll prove it to you. Come on, Lisa. You got to speak to her like you infinity. Come on, Lisa.
Turns into training day.
Come on, Nathan.
Hey, let's meet at the dispensary, Lisa.
Island. Which one? There's thousands around here. It's like 1 million. Do you know what room it is?
You hear Dizzy Queen? Oh, which one? No, but Ohana. Ohana is the good one. Dizzy Queen, Caribbean Queen, Caribbean Queen.
Wait, what is going on here? He called me Ditzy Queen. It's like, what?
Did he? How did?
Okay, y'all just
Caribbean Queen. I said Caribbean Queen.
Lisa, you know they got those. I don't know what the hell they call. Like they look like scaffolding things, but George Lucas was inspired to make his robots after those things.
With the cranes at the port.
You know what I'm talking about? The cranes
Oh,
at the port.
At the port. No, so where is the Oakland Museum? Is that downtown?
Yeah, it's just a little bit south of Broadway. It's at like Oak, I think. Is it Oak?
Oh, is that the one that's where all the
Jefferson.
houses that they moved over there? The older.
It's really close to the Lake Merritt BART station. It's right by the Lake Merritt BART station.
Lake Merritt BART station.
It's right across the street. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know where Lane
Okay,
House is?
so, but is it the one that has the gate around it?
You can't. It's.
I mean,
you can't
it has
really
a
see
gate around
gate.
it.
It's kind of like a little wall, but it's not even. It's like waist level. It's not even. Yeah, the entrance is. You got to walk downstairs to go down into the ground. So
Yeah,
just look at it.
Okay,
but only on that
there's
one side. On the other side, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Well, have you guys been to the one where they moved all the first homes over there in this area? It's like all the first like colonial homes were moved, and there's also a museum there.
Talking about West
I
Oakland?
can't remember where it was.
You
Is
talking
that
about West
considered West
Oakland?
Oakland?
Well, there's where the Black Panther party.
Yeah, not too far from
Yeah,
this
that's my
party.
people.
Yeah.
That's my people over by A Street. Yeah, that's great. Great place.
Are you from West Oakland?
Yeah. That's
No, I'm from
amazing.
the east side. I'm from the east side, but I worked over there and I know people over there. There's a great church over there.
Nice.
Yeah, that's amazing. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just go to Lake Merritt or something.
You say you gonna move to Lake Merritt?
What did you say?
Oh, I thought you said you was gonna move to Lake Merritt.
Oh, not move. No, darling. No, I just said maybe for Juneteenth I'll go to Lake Merritt. They should have something going on over there, right?
Yeah, it's
It's gonna be wild for the lake. It's gonna be crazy, but
yeah, there's some other parties too happening. It's fate.
there's something happening down in Jack London as well.
Jack London. Oh, okay. At the end of Broadway.
Yeah, all the way out there.
Okay, yeah. And they have some cute little restaurants up in there. I went to something called Chops.
Okay.
That place, Chop Bar's gone.
Is that bar going? A little bar? Whoa! I know a lot of black people say that.
Yeah, it's gone.
They had some really good food. Well, we went once. Dang.
So there was a lot of robberies of business. Is that what you're on? Go ahead, because you might be talking about the same thing I'm talking about. So a lot of, unfortunately, black businesses as well over the Jack London were getting broken into, or just their windows getting broken. It's so unfortunate. The cars were getting broken into. Yeah, so the businesses were forced to close down. They just couldn't sustain it. Yeah, sad. Because there really was a great movement happening here.
Okay, well, we'll see. It's supposed to be nice tomorrow, so I hope you guys go outside.
Supposed to be raining on.
I heard there was going to be a 420 party tomorrow for Juneteenth.
You heard that?
Every day.
Who's spreading those rumors? How do rumors get started?
Started by the jealous people.
Who is that, Dab?
Me saying one.
Hi, Dab.
I heard the 420 politically correct were officially sponsored by the Democratic Party.
So are you saying that this is a rumor? Not to believe it?
I'm saying this is the future.
I'm not talking to you.
I don't
Take
know
a
how to
break.
sell it. I don't know what,
I didn't give you the address. I thought I gave you the address.
Can't help it, so.
I mean, Soros needs to know where to send the check that you want your check. What do you mean, to what? It's a check. It's got money. You're not getting the Soros checks?
Wait,
Ooh, this is
I'm getting
awkward.
checks
This is so
now?
awkward.
You didn't get it.
She said,
I said that 420 is politically
No, I
correct.
did not. Oh, Soros. Oh, okay. I get it now.
George.
I get it now. I never get Alev's jokes. That's why.
I got it. Trust me. I get it. We all don't get it. But anyway.
did you see that? You remember that woman in Aberdeen?
Excuse me, sir. I'm trying to get something planned
so
for tomorrow. Yeah, no worries.
I saw it, Your Honor.
But, Lisa, so are we having a party or no? We're going to have a party tonight? A Juneteenth pre-party? Yeah.
Oh, you're trying to ask me about opening my room. I have no idea. I have to talk to, I have some conferences I have to have with DAP and Asian. This is important business. A Black Man Summit.
So it's a Black Man Summit tonight?
Make sure you call me, Lisa. Will you want us to give you a rundown on Sunday?
I don't even know what, is Black in the room?
I worked.
He was.
So he's right here. Yeah, he's here. I worked. But this Sunday, I'm off. I'm not gonna work the weekend, so I could sit down and give a list of what I'm on, because I'm gonna try to cover diabetes, colonoscopy, and
Good for
kind of stuff.
Black man with diabetes, yes. And you said diabetes and
colonoscopy and prostate.
They ain't gonna never get no colonoscopy down, but go ahead.
That's part of the conversation, so we can break that stigma.
Yeah, we do. We do need to break that stigma, because everything that goes in your butt is not bad for you.
Now, Waters, what is going on? You're going to send this woman to the birthplace of the burrito to go buy a sausage? What is going on?
Birthplace of the burrito.
Burrito?
Yeah, the birthplace of the burrito, the Mission District of San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he sent you a link to a sausage place, which is perfect. I mean, it's a good sausage place. Don't get me wrong.
It's the best. Don't undersell it. It's the best. It's fucking incredible. The vibe's intact. It's the whole California thing. Yeah.
Don't go, Lisa.
Definitely go, Lisa.
In the Mission District, I have to go with somebody.
Go with somebody. Go on trivia night on Tuesdays. Half off pictures. Yeah.
Oh God.
I think it's a good vibe. It's sad. I want to cry because they closed the one in Oakland. That one was way better. But the one in San Francisco is still open. So I hope, they got picnic style, German style seating, I think, and they got lamb sausages. They do like a truffle and duck, Lisa. Lisa, I'm telling you, that's one of the best kept secrets. Really affordable, a nice like date night if anybody's in the Bay. Yep.
Does
What's
anybody like truffle mixed with a duck? Anybody like that? Anybody think that's delicious?
Yeah, you guys like Indian food?
I love it.
I'm just leaving an Indian restaurant right now.
Oh really? Oh
right now. Yeah.
They got this one spot. Tell me if y'all have heard of it in San Francisco. Off I can't remember if it's Taylor, but it's called Kennedy's, and it's a Indian cuisine, but like an Irish pub. Like it's the weirdest combination, but it's like historic. And in that place, they got the best garlic naan and like lamb curry and stuff, and you get like a pint of Guinness with it. That shit, yo! Oh my god! Yeah, it's perfect.
You went too far.
In Philly, they got an Indian Korean fusion restaurant.
Oh, that's crazy.
What does it have to do with Guinness, though?
You said Indian.
Irish.
Yeah, he said, and you get a pint of Guinness with it. And I'm like, where did that come from?
Pint of Guinness.
Because it's an Irish pub called Kennedy's, but they serve Indian food. So I forget how
That's
it went.
Crazy. That's crazy.
How the ownership went, but they didn't change shit. It's like very common for them to do that type of shit. They got Italian places, old Italian places I haven't tried, but yeah, there's a lot of cool places to eat over there. I had some good poutine, and
You had some good poutine.
Poutine.
Okay. So
So
Lisa Black is here. He's unmiked.
Hey, blackity black. How's you be?
Good morning, Miss Lisa.
Black. Morning. Is Black okay?
It's morning.
That's about the song. I guess you're in the.
No, I'm in.
A new day. Go ahead, young keep on talking.
Don't lay.
I was just wondering if he was in the Middle East. He said good morning.
Show way.
First lady, I said don't lay down on the bed. Don't lay down. Like we gotta go.
Oh, don't lay down. That's funny as hell.
You can't stay over. You can't spend the night. You gotta hit and run. Come on.
Don't lay down, girl.
Yes, I
Well, you know about Shirley Murdoch.
So we definitely gonna do men's health, y'all, so I can get my stuff ready.
Absolutely.
When?
Yeah, I'm still working on that. I thought we talked about
Can I talk?
When is
I have
this?
to be quiet.
Let her talk, please, so she can.
She
get
means
this
talking in the mental health room.
Oh shit.
No, it's supposed to be just not the mental health room. It's supposed to just be men's health, not mental health. But that's too.
Oh my God.
You don't know
First ladies.
damn.
Well, you can. You know what, Miss Lisa? Because you're a professional, right? You can be our guest speaker for the.
When is this supposed to take place? You talking about this week?
Sunday.
Yeah,
men's
Sunday.
health.
You can be our,
Okay.
You can be our
Wait
guest
a minute, Mel. Go ahead, Blackie. Go ahead, Black.
No, so you can be our guest speaker for the week. That way it can be the workaround. So Yeah,
You
give
said
me
the workaround. That's so funny. You guys, I love the way y'all be talking about me to my face, in my face. I was just gonna help. If you guys don't want me to, I was gonna do a little. Since Dap is doing diabetes and colon, what else you say, Dap?
He said prostate.
Oh yeah, it's good. It's better than a man talk about a prostate. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Brian.
I mean, well, I don't know. Maybe
what's
the woman. They might be able to picture the woman providing the services more than the man. But anyway, go ahead.
That's interesting, though. Okay.
What we gotta do is, Lisa, we probably should do like a. Brian did it, said very minutes earlier too, and I agree. Just do like a pre-room, like a private, and then get everybody together so we can get all on one accord and just figure it, like, and brainstorm it out. I think that'll be
Sure. Absolutely. Let ping me when you're doing your private. I'll jump in there for a minute.
Okay, well, let me get in this private right here. Since y'all gonna schedule a private, are you having a 420 pre-Juneteenth party?
You guys left me hanging high and dry last night. I ended up. Who closed the room? I went to go talk.
I don't know who closed it.
Just slammed the fucking door. I can't back it up. Damn it.
Look, it was left to me. Okay?
I'll never tell.
Dab went to take a shower.
I'll tell.
And then
I did not go to no.
Oh no, it wasn't him.
No, hold on. Let me answer my own statement.
Where'd you go?
So I was at work and I said I came off mute and I said I'm at work, so somebody's gonna have to and I put it in the chat as well, the telegram.
Yep,
so
He was taking a shower the night before.
The Dr. AJ said she don't have the strength for some of these people to be like the main mod, so she said you do it. And
I popped in and I said, if it's left to me, y'all know what's fixing to happen if it's left to me. If everybody's gone,
we weren't gone. I
had no way of knowing. I had no way of knowing this. Child,
communication. We gotta communicate.
You need to be asleep last night anyway, Sister Wife.
Oh, you're so funny. I need to be asleep all the time.
You did. You need some rest.
I just need to be asleep all the time, girl. No, but it was the reason that I thought it was safe is because we had these little East experts in there hogging. So I've said between Trent and whatever that guy's name was and Sweet, what could go wrong?
Wasn't nothing gonna go wrong for me. Wasn't a damn thing fixing to go wrong.
Look what F. Gray put in the chat.
We wouldn't be to 420 without you. Thank you very much. Kindly good night. Bye. Click.
Look what F. Gray put in the chat.
What did F. Gray put in the chat?
He talking to you.
Oh, I'm driving. What is he talking about?
April, read it to her.
I'm not reading it. No, ma'am.
But that wasn't last night. Oh my God!
It was the night before.
That was the night before.
So they started saying, "Are you asleep?" He said,
"That wasn't last night, though."
Oh, okay.
They started saying, "I know it was. Wasn't it last night?"
No, that wasn't last night. I was in the room when it was shut down.
What he's saying in the chat is not what took place last night. That's what she and I are saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was last night, you guys. If you didn't realize, it was last night. The room was open, and then I came back, and it wasn't. So I just said,
Well, Lisa, I'm up tonight because I don't have to go to work tomorrow. So.
Who said I'm up tonight?
Lisa. Me? I was gone. Listen, by like 7:30, 8 o'clock yesterday, I was gone. So I can't be held responsible. I left out early.
Ghosted me and left me with all these people I don't even know. I was like,
I would never. I will never.
So did the Israel give up? Because nobody's in here cussing nobody else.
Listen, forget the Israelis. Listen, Christy Nome had the puppy
a
killer.
nervous breakdown.
She had an allergic reaction after visiting the biolab at Fort Detrick with worm brain. Puppy killer and worm brain went over there and got all fucked up.
Worm brain was fine though.
Worm brain was probably what they do. She was probably sniffing his underarms, and that's what happened. I don't know. But anyway.
Oh my!
Where you come from, Rashad? Where you been at? Rashad. Oh, your mic is broke.
Was that guy black? You guys was talking to earlier?
Mm-hmm.
Who says the one who said I live in Jerusalem and the kids are eating it. Well, hold up. The one who said I live in Jerusalem and the kid. Can you stop? And the kids are eating just fine.
His name was Ariel.
Yeah, his name was Ariel.
Was he black?
No,
Yeah.
he lived in Israel.
He is black.
Oh, my bad.
I'm asking, is he black? He is black. Because he was weird than a mole. I mean, do you get indoctrinated and shit when you go over there?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
They eating just fine. I was like, have you ever seen somebody's stomach touch their back? I mean,
Well,
weird. I was at work
in
and
his
did it up myself.
submission, and later on in his submission, he also said that why should they feed them when they're the people that's trying to oppress them?
It's crazy how the nicest things you hear on this app bring back in your head and the meanest shit. The most hateful shit. It's fucked up.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
Where you going? Come back here, girl. What
Uh-oh.
what happened?
A lot of black.
She busy.
There's a lot of black people that moved over to during the civil rights era in the 90s. A lot of black people moved over to Israel, especially the black Jews. They got a really interesting community over there. So I know a lot of people.
There's a black population in Israel. I didn't know that. Honestly, I did not.
Yeah. There's a black population in Israel. A lot of them came over in the 60s and 70s and 80s. Especially when the black Jew movement happened a lot. A lot of them was like settled over in time.
Wow, I didn't know that. Okay.
Shit, they treat like shit too.
Hey, see, I've been in Europe. I've been in Europe this whole time. That's why.
Oh, okay.
I haven't been in areas where I could really hop on like Clubhouse and stuff like that.
No worries. Did you just call me Yoda?
No. I was saying like I was checking to make sure my mic was working. So I was like, yo, because I was trying to make sure my mic was. No, I wouldn't do that. But it's been quite a over here. It's been quite the experience. That's all I'll say.
So, you still pleased with your vote?
Where in Europe are you?
So I'm in Poland.
Oh my gosh, where?
What I'm like 20 miles from Russia. That's what I was saying. But I would say like I am, to be honest with you. Do I agree with everything Trump does? No. But I mean, say that. But when I voted for Biden, I didn't agree with everything he did either. I thought that I would say like this. I'm gonna go really fast. So the border always mattered to me.
Take your time. Slow down.
Yeah, the border thing always mattered to me, but I thought there were other things that Biden said he would address that I was like, you know what, these matter more to me than the border thing. I think this time I thought the border thing I did like that it seemed like the forefront of Trump's campaign. Did I agree with every policy that he said he would implement? No. But am I pleased with how he's handling immigration? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Do I think it's a hard right? Like, do I think it is a very extreme version of how he's tackling it? Yes. But I like that. You know, I feel like from the Democrat side, I thought they tiptoed. I thought Biden, he made a lot of promises, and then he seemed like I just like how Trump seems very aggressive with attacking his policies and getting things done. And I wish that Democrats did that more. I wish Biden did that more. I wish Obama did that more. You know, it seems like they kind of try to tiptoe around. So I hope that I think what he's doing so far is so radically right that I think our next president will probably be a Democrat. And I hope they take a playbook from play from Trump
That's
and
not going to
have that
happen.
same
Nobody's
tenacity.
going to take anything from his playbook because both Obama and Biden deported more criminal, illegal migrants than Trump ever has or ever will. So there's that fact that you over.
Well, I'm not talking about.
Say that. I looked into it myself. It seems like Barack Obama, for instance, did deport lots of people, but all of those deportees were facing, were accused of major crimes. He looked into family issues to see what these people's lives were like. It was well thought out. It's not just just send them over, just get them out of here. While the Donald basically doesn't care. He's literally trying to deport American citizens, as well as people who didn't commit any crime or who is seeking the process of becoming citizens, meaning green card holders even, or people who are lawfully here through court orders and things of that nature. So if you got to go to a court to a person who's doing the process and to go grab them up and ship them out, then he's breaking the law. This is not good precedent at all. Why would you like that?
So I wasn't just talking about the immigration thing. I was talking about all the policies. What I like about Trump, right, and this is what I'll say, is that he's making decisions. I think the whole tenure of Biden's his tenure as president, when it came to the Ukraine conflict, when it came to just international issues, it felt like he was just trying to keep everything as it was. So we're not making a definitive decision. We don't know what we want to do. We'll figure it out. Well, I think how he handled the Ukraine.
Has Trump made about Ukraine? What has he done? Because it's still going on as usual.
Yeah, but I think he's taking
I'd be interested in knowing exactly what policies it is that you appreciate, because you're not naming any other than immigration.
So from an international perspective, I would say the whole thing with NATO does not. The other NATO countries do not play their part. I think Trump's saying, "Hey, you need to do this. You need to donate your 10% of troops as promised, or we will leave." He's giving them a firm stance. He's not playing the field. A lot of times on the Democrats, it's the idea that we need to keep NATO together, which is very true. No one's saying we don't. But the idea that we can pressure other nations to make definitive and actually do and basically do what they're supposed to do, I think it needs to be. I know. Wait. Let me finish.
I'm sorry.
So the thing is, what we see now is that when you're a world superpower, you need to move like a world superpower. You cannot pretend like you're just like everyone else. So I think he got a new plan with China. I think that the way that he's moved in terms of making very stern stances. Now, have some things he decided, okay, we're going to do this and we're not going to do that. I agree, because as the table changes, as the war table changes, your plan needs to change. You can't just set a certain stance and just crash out on it. And I just like that
Come
he
on,
is actually
because you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot of just gabbling.
I'm done.
I don't even know what he's talking about.
Well, I understood what he was saying, but it's cool.
Do you mind if I go real quick?
I do mind if you go. 1 second.
Okay.
Something under the open face. What's the words, Lisa? Oh, why you stop saying? Okay, I thought we was going to do a duet. Rashad, so my question to you was simple, right?
Well, first,
I asked you if you still. Excuse me, it was my motherfucking question in the first place. I don't know why the fuck y'all keep trying to talk over me.
Golly, the level of rudeness. Oh my God.
You want to describe who you's calling rude?
You lovely lady, you.
Okay, well, you can go down to the audience and read that. Let me show you rude. I'm tired of y'all. I was the person that asked the question, and everybody gonna come off and start talking to him. I let y'all try to get in there for a minute. Now I'm taking back the fuck over. If you got a problem with it, then oh well. So, Rashad, I was the person that asked you the question in regards to Trump, and if you still supported your vote. You said, well, No. Before you said yes, You took a minute and struggled, and then you said yes. And then you're saying that you support it, but as April pointed out, none of these things are answering the question because Ukraine is still where it is. Nothing has changed. We still have that situation going on. Everything has actually escalated. So it's kind of hard for people to sit and listen to you say this when there's nothing proven there but a bunch of talk. And just like how you just sat here and did a whole bunch of gish galloping is the same thing that's happening in the world today. To the point now we got like 6 wars on the front right now. In the midst of a bunch of bull crap and the stuff that's going on here.
Well, I would say that I think the war table was always going to change. I don't think things would have ever stayed the same. So the reason I hesitated to answer the question because I had to think about what Trump has done.
So wait a minute, you're saying that the things would never have changed?
No, I said things would have changed. They would have changed. It would have never stayed the same. Is what I'm saying.
It would have never stayed the same. Okay, I don't understand. When it comes to the Ukraine Russian conflict,
he just now said that things were status quo with Biden and they would stay that way. But now it's that they would never change. First Lady, I had some strength to address this a little while ago when I interrupted him wrongly. Now I don't have the strength left. I can't. I can only do so much a day with the Trumpers, and I don't have it today.
First Lady, can I take a stab at this?
Sure, go ahead, Elijah.
All right, Rashad, where are you in Poland?
Well, I can't tell you that. Just okay. I'm like 20 miles from Russia.
Are you there as a student?
No.
You're traveling?
Yes.
Okay. So imagine if Poland were to tell you to leave the country and you left based on your skin color, right? So that's one. And then, I mean, you have to look at this as well, right? So we're talking about wars, and we're talking about kind of how Trump been doing things. You said that he's, kind of like a mover and a shaker, kind of making things happen. What things, foreign or domestic, do you believe that he has done that puts us in a net positive, or even just something that's a change that you like? Well, let's just start there.
I do think that he challenged NATO to self-sustain.
I heard that one. I can trust that one. But anything else?
I do think that he is very aggressive with tackling the immigration issue that we have in the States.
Okay, so your two things are immigration and NATO?
Wait, you didn't let me finish. I think that he was also very aggressive with trying to get a peace deal between Russia and Ukraine, and that he was very quick with calling out the bullshit when he realized that Russia really wasn't trying to get a deal, and that they're basically trying to see this occupation through. And I think that he is also very aggressive with trying to separate the U.S. from the Russian-Ukraine conflict.
Okay, all right. So now we got some meat. So here's what I can tell you about Russia and America, right? Right now, and it just geopolitics in general. Let me just actually pose the question first so I don't make myself look stupid. Would you consider Trump leaving the G7 as something that looks as though we are, powerful in the world?
No.
Okay. And then would you think that, flip-flopping on different things, and let's just say, Kyiv was bombed 2 days ago. Trump hasn't even said a word to Putin about that. Do you think that maybe Trump should try to talk about how, there hasn't really been anything talked about directly, he says he speaks with Putin, but we don't see any results. So is there anything that you would want to see come to fruition with Ukraine and Russia? Do you think that we should stay out of it, or do you think that?
I think we should continue supporting Ukraine, but I don't think that. So the thing is, that he's aggressively, he's at least having conversations with Putin. So we all can agree on that, and we can see that he also has tried to get a deal done. But the thing is, I think Russia is not going to capitulate because they have a certain large portion of Ukraine right now. They're not just going to give that up. And I said this before we even got to this point. I believe that if any peace deal happens, it would be Russia would keep what they have in Ukraine. That would become like a demilitarized zone, and then that would be it. And then maybe years from now, they would invade and try to take the rest. But the idea that Russia is just going to leave Ukraine is not going to happen. So we will have to just...
Right. No, you're right.
Yeah, so
Russia will not leave. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so they're just gonna have to see it through. I do think that his ability to get Putin on the phone and have a conversation with him is something that it should matter. Because from years it's always been Russia's evil. We don't fuck with them. We're not gonna have a conversation, and it's not really turned out much.
We've ever had.
It's not really. It's not really turned out to. It's not really turned out to much of anything. I do like that he is basically trying to throw a different perspective. Like, okay, so is he a little bit cool with Putin than I would like? Yes. Okay. But I also think his ability to have Putin look over and say, yo, what you got the fuck to say? I do think that matters.
So that's the key thing, right? Like, I think most Americans are looking at this going, because you're talking about how Russia, how he's doing things, and he's tried to negotiate and all of this stuff with Russia. Where are you seeing, like, if you actually can notice the fact that Trump is cozying up to Putin, but doesn't want to explicitly
right. That's
do
your last
anything
question. Lisa, you wanted to jump in after that? Elijah, go ahead, finish with your question.
Elijah's like, it's cool that we got a direct line to Putin to call him up and say, hey, what's up? Yeah, nothing's up, bro. Okay, so that's all I called for. Thank you. Hey, Putin, what's up with them? I forgot what I was going to ask you. Anyway, it's cool. Take it in with you. I'll talk to you later.
Right, bye. Yeah, like it doesn't. If people are still dying, people are still dying.
You know who got played? The one who gave up his minerals for nothing. That's who got played.
Absolutely.
I think we should understand that the alternative to what's happening right now, we already tried that, and much didn't happen.
What? What did we try?
What's the alternative?
Well, Biden was in office, right? And he definitely.
No, what did we try? You said we tried.
The idea that we weren't ever going to have a conversation with Putin. We were just going to keep supplying Ukraine, and we're just going to keep cutting them a check. We tried that.
You keep supplying Israel, so what the fuck?
Wait,
we didn't.
So what I'm saying is, so what I'm saying,
duty, like about honor and code, right? I mean, military, we train them to keep that code.
Right. So
allies, we train them in the United States. There's no code in honor in leaving your ally on the battlefield.
Right, but I know. So what I'm saying though is that
right. It's like, where's the honor?
You're
talking about leaving our ally that we trained since '98 on the.
I never said that. Wait. When did I say that?
When you said we tried what Biden did. Here's the thing: in war, there is no other alternative. You don't walk away from your friend and ally on the battlefield. You never.
We're still supplying Ukraine.
So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Hold on.
You support.
Ukraine's not a part.
Here's to your point. You said Trump got Putin on the phone. But
Ukraine's not a part of NATO.
It's not because he's Trump. It's because he's president of the United States. Right?
Wait, you're missing the point.
Cold War, there's always been this thing called the Red Hotline, right? In the DOD between the United States and Russia, right? Not because it's Trump and he's cool, but because we are the two greatest superpowers with the most nuclear bombs.
Two greatest superpowers is crazy, but
like Kennedy didn't talk to Khrushchev on the phone, right?
I never said that didn't happen. Why are you putting stuff in my? I never said that.
That's what you implied. You said
no. I did not imply that. I did not imply that. I did not imply that.
That's what you
No.
said. But this is not the first time that we've been talking to Putin on the phone.
So
in back channel communication. This is not the first time.
I never said this was the first time.
Right?
I never said this was the first
That's
time.
what you implied. That's why
I never implied that.
Because you're being
I
so
never
vague,
implied that.
it can mean anything. But let me ask you this: since you said you're active duty, how do you feel about the Marines?
I never said I was active duty.
In LA, being active duty, how do you feel about that?
They got a job. They got to go do it.
No, don't babble, bro. Like, have honor.
I'm not babbling. I just answered you very directly.
Feel as an
Wait, time out. Hey, wait. No, hey, look. Hey, wait, hold on.
Currently deployed.
Hey, since we want to be belligerent, I know. Hey, look, since I have honor. I just answered your question directly. I just answered your question directly. Look, just because you don't like my answer doesn't mean you ask the question again. I just gave you a direct answer. I just gave you a direct answer. Just because you don't like the answer doesn't mean you can just ask the question. What are you retarded? I said they got a job. They got to go do it. What else you want to hear, bro? I said they got a job. They go do it.
How do you personally?
And I said they have a job. They have to go do it, bro. How many times you want me to say it? I said they have a job. They have to go do it. Are you?
Orders, but how do you personally feel about it? You're deflecting responsibility.
I said, it is what it is. I'm not deflecting responsibility. I said it is what it is.
I think he's asking for your personal opinion. Like, we know they have a job, they got to do it, but what is your personal opinion on the matter?
If you come in the country illegally, you illegal. I don't know another way to flip it. They got a job, they got to go do it.
Hold on.
Why are you guys all talking at the same time, though?
Don't add anything. Let us hold them down to the question. The question is the fact that the Marines have been sent into the areas, or he attempted to send the Marines in. What is your personal opinions?
And the Marines and the National.
Yes, right.
Oh, thank you.
What is your personal opinions about him sending the Marines there? That's it. Not anything about the illegal and all that stuff. What is your personal opinion on sending them?
If ISIS don't, okay, listen. I just answered this question. Look, okay, this is what I'm gonna do real quick. I'm gonna answer your question, right? Just because you don't like the answer doesn't mean you can pretend like I didn't answer the question. Answer the question, okay? I'm gonna say this one time. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not getting to y'all apparently, okay? They have a job. If ICE is conducting an operation and the people living in the area are infringing on them and preventing them. Wait. No, I mean ICE. If ICE is, can I please answer the question? Wait, let me just answer the question.
He answered that.
Let me finish. Just because you don't like the answer doesn't mean you can just cut me off, bro.
It's not about me like.
Let me finish this. Let me finish.
Let him answer the question, please.
If ICE is conducting an operation and the people in that area are preventing them from doing that, from getting that done, and they send in the Marines so they can finish conducting that operation, then it is what it is. I feel no ways. If they are taking out illegal immigrants and the people are trying to stop them from doing it, then I don't see nothing wrong with them doing it. It is what it is. You're illegal, you gotta go.
What's the regulation? What's the regulation, Rashad, for active duty soldiers when it comes to law enforcement operations?
Tell me, I don't even know.
If you're active duty, what is your job when it comes to civilian population?
Wait, you active duty right now?
Yeah, he's active duty and he's saying this dumb shit. So what is your job as an active duty? He's in the Army. What is your job as active duty when it comes to civilian population? Domestic.
Tell me.
So you don't have no matters in it because you're not being, it's not martial law. So you don't have a right to arrest a U.S. citizen. So honestly, you'd be in prison right now if you have the right commander, if they want to fucking investigate you and say this is wrong. So this is another thing, right? So even some of the things that's going on now, you have the DOD investigating with them in its own ranks now. You do know that, right?
I mean, isn't there an investigation that he's overstepped his power, right?
No, so you're just talking about civilian side. I'm talking about the Department of Defense. The Department of Defense is investigating, even Pete Hegseth, right now when it comes to... So you, as an active duty soldier, are going to go ahead and break the law. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
What?
So what about lawful orders for
No, that's okay. He already said he's going to break the law. He's going to break the law.
Yeah, that's wild.
Exactly. Y'all do this
These are the soldiers you don't want
Y'all asked me.
These are the
y'all asked me a
you're
question.
fine. I'm okay with your answer, but you're the soldier I don't want in my formation.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Because as an active duty soldier, your job is foreign affairs, right? Not domestic. That's what National Guard is. The only time that they would need you would be if they even used you, would be to protect a federal building.
I'm probably on the front lines of your formation, but that's a different topic. Go ahead.
You wouldn't be on the front line of my formation. I'd put you in prison because I
I'm definitely on the front line.
I know that you'll do whatever the fuck you want if you were outside on a cop somewhere.
Yeah.
I know that you're not. I know that you're not responsible. You don't know your basic 350-1, nor any of your fucking basic training when it comes to troop leading procedures. Well, you don't know your TLPs. I know you don't. Because you don't know your responsibility as a soldier.
I don't need to.
So what is your warrior ethos? What is your warrior ethos?
Go ahead.
What is your warrior ethos? And what did you swear to when you came into the military?
He doesn't remember.
You had because you raised your right hand.
I did. I came in another way.
That's a cult.
Yeah, it's a cult. He's right. It's a cult.
Absolutely. When you come up on stage pretending that you're in a good faith argument and you're talking about Trump and all these things, and I'm actually talking to you like you're a normal
He's a criminal.
And then
we don't need to. He already said what he is. He's a criminal.
Right.
Y'all don't need to continue this conversation with him.
Elijah, I answered. Yeah, go ahead.
How long you been in the military?
14 years.
Wow.
You spoke before. You 13, bro?
Oh, yeah?
You know something like this, bro? Come on, man.
He's 20.
Well, the thing is, the thing is. So wait, so the thing is, right? If I, so what I would say. So what I would say is, right?
Rashad, why are you starting problems in this room?
No, I'm not. They asked me a question. I gave them an answer, and they don't like it. So
are you drinking today?
No.
No, listen.
I think it's fair. He's a criminal within our ranks. We do have criminals within our ranks. These are the same people that when they go outside the wire, they do illegal shit. These are the people that make our army look bad, our military look bad. They're the ones that rape civilians. They're the ones that beat civilians. They're the ones that go into fucking communities and they fuck people. So this is an example of a fucked up ass soldier. He does everything against the regulation, doesn't know what he's sworn into, said he's been in for 14 years, should know the oath of enlistment by heart, should know warrior ethos by heart, doesn't understand leadership, loyalty, doesn't understand none of that.
Creed by heart.
He doesn't know nothing. He probably don't even know the soldier's creed. Say the second paragraph of the NCO creed. I'm an officer, and I know the second paragraph, and I'm not an NCO. So say the second paragraph.
Come on, Rashad.
Yeah, Rashad don't know it. Google it real quick. You're not an NCO. You're an idiot.
Patty, I re-upped the other day. They keeping me. That's even worse, right? They keep.
Yeah, that is. That shit is scary.
They gave me another. Hey, they said we gonna keep you to 20, young nigga.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
You know.
Probably.
Hey, Rashad. I think that you should never make the argument that somebody don't like your answer. Maybe it's that you didn't give them the answer they were looking for, meaning that they were looking for an answer whether they like it or not, right? But you didn't answer the question.
He did answer the question. What do you want him to say, Royal?
No.
He was honest. I'm glad that he was honest.
No. What he said was, "I'm gonna do my job," and I'm like, okay, that was regardless of whether you're gonna do your job or not. We weren't asking that. He was asking, how do you personally feel about it? Like, how do you feel? If I do my job, right? How do I personally feel about my job, whether I do my job or not?
Royal, I said I feel no ways. I don't feel no ways.
That's not even. That's the real ask is because as a soldier, don't you have a moral?
Fucking around trying to troll, bro.
I mean, Rashad, don't you have a moral obligation?
Rashad, real talk though, bro.
People who are illegal. Royal, people who are illegal are.
So, bro, I don't know if you're trolling, but I hope you're not, bro. Seriously, because you taking care of soldiers, that's a real fucking responsibility. You taking care of
Haitian
motherfuckers' kids.
He's taking care of
Haitian. The man asked me how do I.
They right there on Putin's doorstep.
People who are illegal are being deported, and people are trying, and civilians are trying to prevent them from getting the operation done. It is what it is, bro.
Yeah, but that's not
what it is, right?
Because
first of all, America has always had people that are papers aren't correct, right? So again, why is he going after people that are not breaking the, that are not committing crimes? Yes, they broke the law by coming in the country. Some did. Some didn't.
That's a misdemeanor. That's a misdemeanor. That's not a felony. He said he's going to take out, which he hasn't taken out yet.
Some are TPS status. Some were asylum. So, again, Rashad, she said 14 years. You're about to finish out, right? You're 20. And you don't understand that typically active duty is not to patrol people in the fucking country?
I understand that. Typically, yeah, I understand.
Okay, bro. Yo, I really hope you're trolling, bro.
No. You got to see. I'm agreeing with you, Haitian. Haitian, I'm agreeing with you.
Joke around, but if you are
Haitian,
how you counsel your soldiers every month and mentor your
sir, are you hearing me? Look, you just said it's not typical. I said I agree with you. It is not typical. It is not the norm. I am agreeing with you. Yes, it is not the norm.
You said you're willing to break laws in order to do whatever you have to do. What about, I don't understand. What about lawful order? What about
do you think in combat zones we typically always abide by the Geneva Code?
You're not in a combat zone right now. We're talking about right now.
We're talking about U.S. citizens.
I've been to one.
Well, it doesn't. We're talking about.
Right? You also have a moral obligation.
You don't want to go with the question, bro.
I'm not turning into a pissing contest. I just said
That's not.
I'm giving very straightforward answers. Y'all just don't like the answers.
Yeah, but saying shit happens in the combat zone. It's against the convention.
Miss Patty, the only one that seemed to accept what I was saying.
Own soil.
What you saying? No, I don't think service members firing off on civilians. I'm not saying no. I would never think that was okay. No.
Yeah, double tap and shit like that. Okay, we get it.
Rochelle, how do you feel about Zelensky? That's my question.
I mean, I think is a president trying to stop his country from being occupied. I can't knock him for that.
So, do you have any personal stake in the war? And when I say that, I mean, would you want Zelensky to win? Do you want Putin?
I mean, I would think I want Zelensky to win. And this is from someone who's here right now. I can tell you, these people from afar, it's just white people fighting white people. We've talked about it. Like, if they hop out in the trenches and they wasn't wearing their uniforms, I would think it's just white people fighting white people. But I will say that you cannot tell a people that, hey, or Polish people or people in Lithuania, and I just did an operation with them 3 months ago, that, hey, you are trying to stop yourself from being occupied by another country. You should just put your weapon down. They're not about to enslave you. They're just going to, their government will be in power, but they're not going to enslave you. Y'all not going to be in chains. Y'all not going to be on plantations. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been occupied by them before. But I can't tell somebody hey, you don't want to be owned by them. It's stupid that you're trying to fight them. I can't tell them that. You know what I'm saying? Especially being black. It's hey, listen, if you're willing to die to stay liberated, then by all means do that. That's on you. Go ahead and do that. Because if it was the black people, I would feel the same way. Hey, y'all gotta fight. Y'all can't just bow down. Y'all gotta crash out. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, now you're talking about black and brown people being deported unjustly, right? And that means some of them will be put into a prison for the rest of their life when they go to El Salvador. How do you feel about that?
I mean, look, the thing about it is, I think there are some lines being crossed. And that's why I say, when I say certain things about Trump, I agree with certain things I disagree. Even when Biden was in office, there are certain things I agree with wholeheartedly, and there are certain things I disagree with. It's not like there's never been a president in office where I 100% agree with their policies, even down to Obama. And Obama was the first time I felt it as an adult because I was in the Marine Corps at the time. And because he was in office, they downsized and the budget shrunk and then the Marine Corps shrunk. So I felt that firsthand. And I was like, oh, wow, shit, when people get in office, it really does affect me on a very personal level. So, and I was still an advocate. I voted for... Wait, hold on. Let me finish. I voted for Obama the next term because, my president is black. I got to stand on business. At the same time, I will say that, if you come into it seems like a lot of times people are deciding that because Trump is in office that, hey, I need to apply, or my visa, my green card expired or whatever, I need to reapply. if you are already illegal, just because you reinitiate that application, if you're still illegal, you're still illegal. They can still grab you. That is still a fact. It does not change just because you made the concerted effort to get things fixed. Your status is not changing.
That's not true, Rashad. If you're talking about temporary protected status people, that shouldn't apply to them.
Yeah.
So that goes down to a conversation about due process and all that. But let me get this straight. So you're saying that you like Trump. I just want to I just want to loop back. You like Trump. You like some of the things that he's doing. You think that it's smart that he's doing things about NATO. You like the fact that he's standing on business with Putin, even though he's not. And you like his immigration policy. How do you feel about the people who are what is it? What's the core Job Corps? Like the fact that Job Corps he just canceled that.
I also know ways. I've never been in Job Corps. It doesn't affect me on a personal level. Like, wait, hold on, here we go. I asked a question, you know, like, hold on. I'm saying, the reason I can't speak on that is because it doesn't affect me. It's like I can't say certain things, policies. Like if it don't play no factor in my life, it don't play no factor in my life. It's kind of like how I spoke about, like, now hold on real quick. I'm gonna use the same analogy when I just spoke about Obama and how when he shrunk the budget, it affected the Marine Corps. Some people in here are like, yo, we don't give a fuck about that. That had nothing to do with me. That's you. You were the one who decided you wanted to be in the Marine Corps. So obviously that wouldn't affect them, and I can't knock them because they don't care about that. The same way with the Job Corps. Does it affect people's lives? Yes. But does it affect
your whole point, bro? I get your whole point.
Okay, I'm just making sure because... Okay,
no. You don't have to make sure. I get it. So here's my thing. The VA, he's slashing VA, everything in the VA. That's you, right?
I mean, in 7 years, I guess, but he won't be president, but sure.
Right. So he's slashing all that. How does that? How do you feel about that?
Still be in effect in 7 years, genius.
It will absolutely affect you. How do you think that's going?
I mean, I don't know.
Changes that he made.
Maybe you'll figure it out in 7 years and get back to it.
Nah, I told Patty, so she squared away when she retires. You can figure it out on your own, brother. Because people getting now are definitely going to get fucked with the
I'll cross that bridge when I get to it.
But you know what's interesting?
Go ahead, Gun Bunny. Hand over from the position, grab your ankles, baby.
Yeah, people who are actively right now know that they know that is huge. That the fact that he's affecting vets already, or like retroactively, like he basically is letting people know from the jump. Hey, you're like not even that you're going into war. Hey, we're gonna slash these benefits. Oh, and by the way, we might be going into a war, right? Like you're saying that's not. You're not really gonna care about that until that affects you, correct? I just want to make sure that I got that.
So can you tell me? Hey, wait. So can you tell me what? Because I'm looking at some information right now, and it says like there is a large increase in the spending bill.
Wait. This is what you need to pay. So look up Trump fires.
That's not for your salary,
NBA employees.
You know what I'm saying,
You're looking for the.
Yo, I mean,
so Rashad, you know what? You know what a lot of money is being invested in?
Tell me.
Something that sounds real stupid. You're probably gonna be like, "What the fuck?" He wants to do this thing called a golden dome.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, to protect the borders.
Does that sound smart to you?
I mean, I don't know. Like intercontinental missiles,
you know what the Iron
ICBMs,
Dome is, right?
Yeah. I know it's something similar to that.
You know how the Iron Dome, what exactly it is? Missile systems.
Yeah.
Yeah, short range missile systems. Right. So imagine having one over the United States and what the cost looks like.
It's crazy.
Do we need one?
It have to always be on it.
Be honest. Do we need one?
I don't know. In 10 years, these intercontinental ballistics missiles.
No. So why would we need one if we have our own Patriot missile defense systems?
Because a Patriot missile system can't catch a hypersonic missile.
So check this out. You're infantry, right? So you do know that there are additional weapon systems that are called 2029, 2030, 2031, stuff like that, right? You know there's a radar that they've been investing billions of dollars in, right?
Yes, but it can't catch a hypersonic missile.
So you don't know what they got that may be able to catch. Why don't you do a Google search, or why don't you talk to your boss? Talk to one of the officers that got more rank than two boss.
He made it clear that he's gonna follow orders even if they're somehow unlawful.
No, I mean there's nothing wrong with that. That's what he claims he wants to do. He can go to prison on his own.
Yeah.
That's his choice, right? There's a lot of soldiers in the military that are rogue. But then he also made statements that contradict what he actually was saying. So I'm just confused.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know, I don't. So I can tell you right now, and this is, if anybody has any information that is different, please show me a source. But there is nothing right now reliably that can catch a hypersonic missile. That is a fact.
Hey, Patty, would the missiles with the Golden Dome be for Canada or for Mexico? I'm confused.
It'd be for.
I don't understand. What's it for?
It's like the Iron Dome. They just call it the Golden Dome.
Yeah, but who are we defending against? Canada, Mexico?
No,
China. What are you talking about? Different.
North Korea already has a long-range missile system that can reach to Guam, and then we don't know if it can reach to the U.S., but we do know it can.
Yeah, being active duty and not worrying about veteran affairs is kind of wild to me if that's going to be your whole life for the rest of your life after active duty.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy.
Especially when you cut a lot of shit already, bro.
As an active duty, are you allowed to talk here?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's allowed to. Like, why? He's not a robot. What's going on here? Y'all don't do that.
It's not North Korea.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. They do have weapon systems, right? And that's why I said do a Google search. They have weapon systems. You ever heard of the OPIR?
No, I don't think that we have weapon systems. We have defense weapon systems without question. But to be able to catch a hypersonic missile,
no, these are.
Like, have you seen them in action? It's not easily interceptable.
Can I speak?
So the Navy, right? They have this thing called. They have an interceptor called a GPI, right? And that's what they're using for HEVs. You are tracking that, right?
I mean, I'm not in the Navy.
It catches them during mid-course.
It's catching wait. It's catching hypersonic missiles.
Yeah, so it's a program.
Can I respond?
And then you know the THAAD that we currently have now, right? They've extended it, and it's called a THAAD-ER. So with the THAAD-ER, that is so we have it. We're not using it yet, but that's supposed to be with the higher speed intercepts. You are tracking this, right?
Yeah, so I'm looking at that. I'm looking at that right now.
The problem is, and that's why I think you're operational. So when operational, y'all depend on a QR-37, QR-35, stuff like that, right? But outside of operational, we have this thing called strategic. You know what strategic is, right? That's anything from an ESC, a TSC, to your combatant commands. And they're the ones that's going to deploy something like a SM-6 when it comes to missiles. They're the one that's going to have, like, the THAAD-ERs. The THAAD is very expensive itself. But even with the ER, we don't even really use them like that. And if we have to use it, we know it has cost the government billions of dollars. We could lose it. And that's why we haven't used it. Or even if you look at the SPIs, the Navy has those. Those are in an MDA program right now. And those are all public, so it's nothing top secret. May have been top secret maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago. This is not top secret. But there are things that we have in place if we had to go into a large-scale war. So aren't they training y'all when it comes to your shoot, move, and communicate on what a large-scale war looks like?
Of course.
So what have they told you is going to happen if we go to in the next war? To you, Rashawn.
Hey, it's going to be a lot of dying.
You're not coming home.
So
your pinky finger's not coming home. So 1,000 soldiers are going to die a day.
So I would say that I don't know if it's gonna be necessarily like that, but I can tell you that the idea.
It actually is.
Wait, so I mean, I'm telling you
Talk
what.
to anybody that's a major above, because you know majors have to start doing their TD time. So talk to anybody that's a major above, and if they've already done their time, they will tell you you are going to die.
So I can tell you from being out there, right? Because a major is just checking a checklist.
No, a major isn't just checking the checklist.
I know, but it's different
here?
when you're. Wait, but it's different when you're actually out there and you're actually getting real casualties. But I can tell you that how you operate though is the idea that drones will drastically change warfare, and it's not really going to be a.
That's not true. That's why it's not domain. That's not true, Rashad.
Wait. Let me finish. It's not going to be a necessarily troops on ground type of, I don't know, like battlefield, like, you know, like
Rashad, you're still wrong.
in the trenches.
It is going to be truth on ground. It has to be truth on ground.
I'm not saying I'm saying in a large capacity.
So in a large scale war, it's troops on ground.
Wait, I'm saying it's not going to be like that because drones drastically change war.
That's
because
not true.
Because
so
you can basically. I know. I know. Wait, let me explain. The reason I say this, one thing is because you can have a $500 drone that you spent $500 to get together, and it can completely dismantle if you hit it in a sweet spot, a paladin. Paladin, what's your drone is?
No, stop. Let him finish.
I know.
Let him finish.
Wait, let me read this. So like let's say a fiber optic drone, you know what I'm saying, or let's say a more, you know, advanced drone. Drones are really cheap to make, and the thing is, a high value asset would be, let's say, a tank, right? You understand? What you find is that you're suffering major losses, and they've noticed this in Ukraine. You're suffering major on both sides. You're suffering major losses for something that damn near was made on Amazon parts. So because of this, it makes you have to rethink war, because you can't just if I throw a bunch of troops, but you use a bunch of, I don't know, $200 drones, and you taking out my entire troop line, then it's like, damn, we just wasted lives. You know what I'm saying? Without question, people are going to die. But right now, because the Ukraine-Russian conflict has shown us that you cannot just use the same tactics that we used in, say, Battle of Fallujah.
Gibberish now. So just go ahead.
Okay, sure, bro.
No, go ahead, go. You got 20 seconds.
No, I'm done.
What you're talking about is hybrid warfare, and the fact that drone, like with a large scale operation, the one that Patty's talking about, like it would be both. It would be drones, and it would be people on the lines.
It's going to be people on ground. So this is the thing when it comes to the drones, right? Did they ever talk to y'all about the Valkyrie or even the Ghost Bat and how those wingman drones are going to be alongside the warfighter? That should be like, have you done a warfighter exercise at all? Because you are in Europe. Have you done any warfighter exercises? Obviously not. So if you know anything about those Valkyries or those Ghost Bats, they're going to be alongside the warfighter. The problem with the drones, right, and this is any drone, I don't care how advanced you think this is, because it's going to be a collaborative combat. The problem with the drones is the reason why we added the additional, what do you call it? What do y'all call it? It's a board question for y'all. This domain. The reason why we added the additional domain is because of technology. Because of
that is not a board question.
That is a board. The 6 domains. What are the 6 domains? That's a board question. What are the 6 domains? Since you've been in for 14 years, this is a board question for you fucking NCOs. What is the 6 domains?
I'm not answering that question. Go ahead, though.
Do you know the 6 domains? Because obviously your ass said you won't be on ground.
Yeah. I know
what is the 6 domains?
I'm not about to answer that question. Finish your point.
Because you don't know the answer. So the problem is the addition. No, you don't. You don't.
Then finish. I said then finish. I said I don't. Then
okay,
finish.
so this is the problem. You'll always be at company level because you don't know what the fuck is going on.
I guess
you know what you are? You are a body that they put out there so you can get shot and killed so that the people that have common sense can move forward and make this war win.
Absolutely.
That's who you are.
I'm not.
I just want you to know that. Because obviously you don't know shit about 350-1. You don't know your regulations. You don't know your ADPs.
I don't.
You don't know your fucking basic tube leading procedures.
I don't.
And if we were to fucking do an MMRP, your ass wouldn't be sitting at the fucking
I
table.
wouldn't. You're absolutely right. I wouldn't. I'm outside.
No, there's people outside that actually sits down for these. You wouldn't be one of them.
I'm outside. Okay.
No, you wouldn't be one of them. You know, if you were an E7, you'd be probably the dumbest motherfucker. They'd say, don't send them up here to get notes.
I agree with you.
So, Rashawn, one domain, just off the top of my head would be land, and the other 5 would be...
Yeah, Eagle Hawk's a civilian. He know land, sea,
Come on.
air, space.
Rashawn.
What's the other one? I'm not an NCO.
I'm giving you a hint. You should know this. If you are an NCO like you claimed, right?
I'm catfish.
Even a basic.
I'm catfish.
Even a basic, right? Before Hell Week would know that. That's something you learn in the first week when you're learning rank, right? Unit formation, how to dress, right?
I didn't even go to Eagle Hawk. I didn't even go to Hell Week. I didn't even go to Hell Week. I don't even know what that is. To be honest with you.
These are the people that are
okay. So can I just get 30 seconds of fun with them? 30 seconds of fun with them. So you are familiar with Aegis systems, right? You were talking about hypersonic. Are you familiar with what we as the U.S. military have in terms of hypersonic, capabilities? What Patty was trying to turn you on to,
yes,
for instance,
I do know.
the U.S. Navy Halo operation, right, and program, which they're fighting about in terms of money right now. We have our own hypersonics, if you're familiar with that, across all branches, right? We also have hypersonic defense capabilities, which is why Patty was trying to mention, right, the Aegis systems, right, the Navy, right. You should know this. Right?
Yes,
so what I was jumping off the mic before, and I apologize for that, I was trying to ask you, do you feel that drones are a force or force multiplier? You see me? Because I see where you're going with that. You're talking about automated weapon systems, right? Like DUs, laws, right? Drones, what have you, right? That's stuff that came out 20 years ago. We're now on third, fourth generation, right? But have you ever seen a military use them as a first line, right? Active line, right? In kinetic warfare? Or are they just a false multiplier, as Patty was saying, to
they're just a force multiplier, Rashad. Have you actually seen them in practice? Do you know what the biggest problem we've been having with them? And this is like letting little kids play with these little young motherfuckers that's in cybersecurity. You know what they've been doing? They've been jamming them. They've been fucking with them to give them GPS denial. When we put them in certain areas, in air defense areas, where in contested zones, they haven't been working well. So if you're looking at a full spectrum war, that is why the drones have to go alongside the warfighter. They may be a force multiplier, but when you're talking about operational, I'm telling you, we have had issues, and that's with any drone out there when it comes to the jamming and GPS denial issues.
You can't jam a
That's why we added the additional domain.
So you can't jam a fiber optic drone.
Trust me, they have done GPS denial.
It's literally like a landline connection. How can you jam it? It's on a spool of thread.
Remember
Do you know what a GPS denial is?
Remember when Iran took our drone and they broadcasted it all over television? They downed one of our drones, and and we were doing the same with them. This was like
that wasn't a fiber optic drone. That wasn't a fiber optic drone.
These are the drones that Patty was mentioning before, you know what I mean? And they happened to down one of our drones, right? And they were displaying it on Iranian television and showing the motherboard and the CPU and all that. You don't remember?
Oh, you're asking me or telling me? I thought you were about to.
No, I was just asking you. I think that's what she's referencing. You know what I mean?
No. So when the thing is more of microwave. So there are issues with those. So they do get EW interference. So there are ways that they can jam it, and that's why I said you still can get GPS denial. It's going to be through the EM pulse when it comes to So they can be countered. They can be countered. They can be countered. So they can be countered. Just so you try.
So the issue right now is not about there's a defense for anything, but it's like
there's nothing else. let's go back to something else, Rashawn.
ADHD is whooping your ass.
No, it is because nobody understands what's going on.
Honestly,
We're speaking a different language. It doesn't matter, Rashad. You can't talk another language in a room. If this is a room full of military people, then we can have this conversation.
Fair. So, Patty, what would happen if Rashad, like, if someone found out that I guess like Rashad was open to unlawful orders, and he was in the industry?
So honestly, I'm just gonna be straight up and honest with you. Under this administration, there's a possibility that nothing could happen, but the Department of Defense still does its investigations. They're gonna recommend what needs to happen. They could put them in D-cell, but the way this administration, because they want this to happen or they want soldiers to do these illegal things, yeah, I got it. He may get a pass, but that doesn't guarantee that Trump will be in office for 4 years. Right? And it doesn't guarantee that he's going to get somebody in the next administration that's going to pardon all these soldiers that do the illegal shit that they are being asked. So, like, let's pretend that fucking Millie went and shot the legs, because that's what the question was. He told Millie, shoot the protesters in their legs. You don't have to kill them, just shoot them in the legs. If he would have said, okay, I'm going to take the order of the president, knowing goddamn well there's ADPs and ARs and TMs and FMs and AFs and Navy doctrine, all kinds of doctrine with joint doctrine, Department of Defense doctrine, and he went against it and said this is their order. This came from the president. His ass to be locked up under Biden.
All right, Rashad, can I ask you a question? What would this? I'll ask you the same question. What would happen if someone knew in your rank that you would actually obey unlawful orders?
I don't think nothing would happen.
Okay.
It would be on the
so
person who
because
gave
you're catfishing on the internet and no one can find you. You feel free to speak about this just the way you want.
Wait. So I'm not catfishing on the internet. You can probably find me. You should do a little
No, but Rashad, I'm going to be honest with you. Remember last time I put you down because you said something and I was like, what the fuck?
Wait, hold on. Let him stay up because I have a magic trick. Right?
No. So this, Elijah, Rashad, I put you down last time.
It is.
My last name is not Carter.
Yeah, it is. I got your Facebook, but
okay.
So your last name's not Carter?
Don't do that.
Hey man, please don't do this. We don't need to. You don't need to like.
Bro, I know. Listen, I know. Wait, Elijah. Listen, Elijah. I've been on Clubhouse for damn near like.
You can be on Clubhouse, but you know
I guarantee people have. I know. Look, people have found me. They have found my lady. All types. I'm not afraid of nothing.
This is not a conversation.
I'm just saying.
We don't care.
I know.
Nobody
I'm just
cares.
saying. I know.
Just leave it alone.
I know. Wait, let me finish. If you're trying to go here, we can go here. I'm just saying, bro.
I don't need to go there either. Let's not talk about somebody's
you want my personal phone number?
Let's leave this out of it. Yo, bro. Next conversation. We don't need to talk about people's identity, yo. Like, let's leave that out of the conversation. Next topic. Come on.
Yeah, because some of the stuff that you're saying could be like you can go to jail. You know that. Like you can't go against.
He asked me a question, I gave an answer.
Yeah, I got you. Change your name, Rashawn.
I'm not gonna do that.
Okay. Wrong person gonna call IG.
Then
let the right one.
IG got a hotline that's on the internet.
Yeah, let them know. That way they can record the conversation and say.
Do that. Do your due diligence as an American citizen. You have a duty.
Yeah, you sat on the stage and said you did stuff against Geneva Conventions. You sat on this stage and you have revealed, like, when you were doing an operation when you know damn well you're not supposed to be talking about stuff like that. Like, this is kind of weird. I'm going to go ahead and drop you.
Even in a corporation, they tell you are not allowed to talk freely. I mean, I highly doubt you can be an active member and go and make U.S. Navy look bad freely because you like.
Right. Like, some people are really stupid when they sit up here and be like, right now, we're doing an operation in Poland, and I'm sitting right here right now. I'm doing Operation Eagle Hawk. And then if you Google Operation Eagle Hawk, it's not on the internet and it's not on nobody's. Like, you can't do shit like that. He knows that. He's a dummy.
Anyways, back to what we were talking about before. Do you think the Golden Dome should maybe be put in like Washington, New York, or a couple places like that? Obviously, across America is probably not cost effective. But what about in like concentrated areas?
You don't need it. We have, so let's say it's a concentrated area. You have these things called, you got defense systems. So all they have to do is move the defense system to that area. That's it.
What do you mean by that?
They can do it within. They can do it depending on where you
defense systems. Isn't the Golden Dome a defense system?
So all it does is deter, right? So if a missile is coming in, it's going to shoot the missile out the sky. That's it. Do you know we have defense systems right now all over the United States on certain bases? You have this thing called J35, which is Joint 35, where they do strategic planning for, they're considered a staff job. So the J35 people will be like, hey, there's a possibility of something coming in from North Korea because we've seen activity. They would move that system to wherever they think that they're going to try to shoot at. You don't.
But isn't it the same technology?
We have
Excuse me?
Aren't those defense systems the same technology?
As what?
This Golden Dome.
It pretty much. It's just for it only the trajectory is only so much. So if you're gonna do a Golden Dome over the whole United States, just imagine how much that's gonna cost.
That's insane. Yeah, the question is like New York, like
they can move it.
Areas.
They can move it. You got Fort Drum right up the street. Like, what's going on here? Mm-hmm. You got Fort Drum, you got Fort Meade, you got Fort
So we already have this Golden Dome technology.
So you have the technology, but we don't have enough to protect the whole United States where it would just be a big ass, like, you can just shoot shit all over out. Shoot shit from Canada, shoot shit from Mexico, shoot shit from fucking the Pacific, shoot shit from the Atlantic, just to be in location at the same time. Like, if Canada decides to shoot at the same time Mexico is trying to shoot, then let's say China and North Korea and West Africa, let's just say all those countries, let's shoot towards the United States. We don't have enough systems for that. But we have enough systems to control the U.S. How about that? Does that sound good? I mean, it'd have to come from all areas.
We have subs around, right? On both coasts, right?
We have Navy bases, right?
Yeah. With Navy bases.
I heard somewhere they're working on this technology, which is a drone curtain. So you don't shoot the missile, you just create a curtain above critical area. So if the missile pass through, it just explode. It's pretty cheap and very effective.
Get back to Homeland Aberdeen.
That was really fascinating, huh?
I mean, I just think it's wild. It's like a weird way for someone to like pop back up, you know?
Yeah. And he's like, isn't he like 10 years younger than her or something?
That's a good question. I was wondering just because he looks very young.
Yeah, I think she's like 47.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, it says 49 and 39.
Yeah, I was going to say, and he's like 37. Yeah, 39. Right. 49, yeah.
They met at heiress Nikki Hilton Rothschild's. Basically just through a dinner or something in the Meatpacking District of New York.
Oh, I thought they met at some Hillary Clinton event. Yeah.
It says.
Or maybe they got engaged at the Hillary Clinton event.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just looking at it now. But yeah, he's 39, she's 49. And he's the one who leads, he's actually the one who leads the Open Society.
Yeah, the foundation for his dad.
Like, if you're a right winger, this is, you just been proved right about everything.
I think now she matters, but I think all that other stuff before was just like right wing hyperventilating about Hillary Clinton.
Oh yeah, it was all a bunch of bullshit for sure.
I mean, because she was just like who, you know?
Yeah, I thought all that was just a bunch of nonsense, but that's what it is. Yeah, I'm reading this article. This is like every MAGA's fever dream of how the swamp operates. Like people going to fancy dinners where all the famous people get together, eating expensive food, traveling to expensive places. Wow. There's a quote here where they're talking about how like their courtship. And he says, and on Sunday night, I cooked, Mr. Soros said. That means I ordered from Nobu. What's going on, man?
I think, does it say in here about their wedding? I think the dual religion wedding was really kind of cool.
I'm on the jewelry purchases right now about their debut, quote unquote, at the Met Gala. Oh my God. Yeah, so they signed the ketubah in honor of Mr. Soros' Jewish faith and the nikah in honor of Ms. Abedin's Muslim faith in an intimate interfaith ceremony. People there included Hillary Clinton. Wow, it says Mrs. Clinton and her husband. That's funny. I know then it says former President Bill Clinton, former Vice President Kamala Harris and her husband Doug Emhoff, Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries, Pelosi, Jimmy Fallon, Jennifer Lawrence, Adrian Brody, Sienna Miller, Mariska Hargitay, I don't know who it is, the Rothschilds, and Anna Wintour. Boyz II Men performed.
Not the Rothschild.
Well, that was the connection. With someone who's both a Hilton and a Rothschild. They also had a toast from the Prime Minister of Albania. As you do. You gotta have at least one Prime Minister toast to your wedding, or it's not a real wedding, right?
Yeah, and the more obscure the country, the better. So at the wedding I'm gonna have a toast from the Prime Minister of Kyrgyzstan. And that's who I'm gonna get. Do they have a Prime Minister in Kyrgyzstan?
I have no idea. That's such an obscure choice that you made.
I know, right? It might be an emir or something. Whoever it is. That's who I'm gonna get. Kyrgyzstan. Isn't that a different country?
What do you mean Kyrgyzstan? Kyrgyzstan.
Wait a minute. I thought it was Kyrgyzstan.
Kyrgyz. That's what you're going for.
Okay. Because I thought you said Kazakhstan, which I was saying you could get Sacha Baron, which is the next best thing.
I used to live with his wife's half brother. Very, very random. We had her like boxes of high school shit in our attic. It's just like, you know, the woman who says, "I'll find you," and Wedding Crashers, Isla Fisher. Yeah. Very, very random connection.
Yeah, that's it. Kyrgyzstan. That's the one. Over there by the Turks. That's the one I'm gonna get.
Yeah, you see, you already messed up on the wedding plans.
Yeah. It's bordered by Kazakhstan. And if they deny me because they have that taste, I can always get Tajikistan. Is that one too? Tajikistan?
Okay, so to cite Sasha, you can't get Kyrgyzstan because they are assholes.
What's your fascination with Sasha?
No, that's literally the joke. It was like, if you watch the first Borat.
Is that where he's from, really?
I don't know, but I mean, that's what he says. He says, this is Kazakhstan, we're located to Kyrgyzstan, and they are assholes. That's literally the first, the first couple lines, yeah.
She was stationed out there.
They won't deny me, though. If only because they want to up, they would like to one up Tajikistan.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's where you moving out, AJ?
No, that's who's gonna do the toast at the wedding I'm never gonna have.
I'm pretty sure it's how many friends she doesn't have in
I can't.
I was in Lou Fax's room last night. Wow. It's a long story. But in that room, they were having a very similar argument. So there's a woman, her name is Chat, exclamation point. And she was having a conversation with some dude who was trying to tell her the same thing about the missiles and all that. And he was giving bad information and challenging her very accurate information. In the same way that the conversation was happening just now. How could this happen to me 2 nights? Yes, Maya, I am, but I'm leaving right now.
Jeff, you just love those gifts. You just don't get tired of that. It's amazing. People are just being. Is this therapy? Okay.
So this is therapy time?
Not for you to talk about how men are trifling.
Okay, so let me get this off my chest. All right, so you know how I was telling you, Mel, earlier, how I was like, I'm not feeling good. Like, I think I have COVID. I'm gonna go get my test, whatever. So this is guy that has been like trying to get with me for like a year, right? But I have a man, so I'm like, hey, like I'm not interested. We can be friends. Right? We have overlapping social groups. So he like apparently is like, I posted on my Instagram that I was gonna go get some antibiotics, and he's like, oh, like I can come over to your house and bring you some soup. And I was like, hey, like Joey, just so you know, like my boyfriend is gonna be here later. And he's like, oh, like after he leaves, I can come over and we can like watch a movie together. And I was like, bro, you've been at this for 7 months. How many times do I gotta tell you no, you trifling ass hoe? That's all I just like anyway.
Did you say that out loud?
No, I didn't say that to him directly, but I wanted to. Like, these men will be lurking, in the background, waiting for something to go wrong in your relationship so they can slide right in. So you gotta be careful with those that are just like casually lurking in the back. Anyways, that was my, I had to get that off my chest. So why do you think men are trifling, Your Honor?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
Often poorly trained.
Oh, I like that.
I mean, there are trifling men out there. I don't know if they're all trifling.
F. Grey goes vampires in the chat. That was fun.
Yeah, I'm not trifling. I'm well trained.
But you're like married and like settled down, right? Like you're in your like established
because I'm not trifling. Yeah.
You should lead a class on how to like, be a domesticated house husband, because this app is full of.
I don't know about all that. I'm not a domesticated house husband. What's going on? I mean, I put the seat down, but that doesn't mean I'm a domesticated house husband.
Guys, I think I'm also my period's about to start because I've been getting the weirdest cravings today. Like I've been thinking about biscuits all day, and I think I'm gonna order a biscuit from some.
Yeah, maybe you're pregnant.
I think it might. This happens like every month with me. It's my period's
Yeah, I
coming.
was gonna say the same thing. You're ready to be a real mother.
I've been ready. No, but I do get. They do say that like. Do you all ever get the randomest cravings for food sometimes? Like, where does this come from? Like, it's just random.
I never think of it as random.
Really?
A common cause is vitamin deficiencies.
Really?
Exactly.
But I get my blood work done regularly, and I also do this thing called like they do this like biome gut health analysis exam that measures all your vitamin levels, and they like would tell me if I was deficient.
Are you a biohacker?
I don't know what that means, but I do invest quite a bit of money into it.
Right? That was given biohacker, right?
So it's like optimization of like your gut biome. Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's what a biohacker is.
Yeah, yeah. So the report will tell you like where all your vitamin levels are and et cetera, and it's like it checks for like 200 and something are not normally caught in like lab work and lab tests, and then they'll give you like
100% a biohacker.
Yeah,
That's
you
wild.
just didn't know what it was called.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. Okay, so I got to add that to my LinkedIn bio.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to do that.
Yeah, if you came from a more cultured state, you would definitely know the term.
You're literally hacking your bio.
Oh, yes. Okay. I just didn't know that was a thing. Right? Is that a like common thing in California? It's like
it's a stereotype against Californians. Yes.
Yeah, it is very. I mean, people trying to live forever and all of that stuff.
But we were actually talking about this in another room, like the decline in the average American male's testosterone levels in the United States and why that's happened. They're like 40% drop over the last couple decades. And so what is the impact of that on like male fertility? They were talking about this in a different room like 20 minutes ago. And that's important. Y'all should go get your testosterone levels checked. And if it's not on level, you got to get that fixed, you know? And also they say if you're not horny, you're not healthy. So you should be you should be wanting to dick down your wife. You know, Aram, if you're not, then you got to go get your blood work. See what's going on down.
Yeah, we're not talking about my sexuality on the app here.
Okay, let's not talk about Aram.
But let's just say I don't need to go talk to the doctor.
Men in general.
What the hell?
You're not horny on a regular basis.
I know, right? Right, Mel? What is going on?
I just hide my volume and all I hear is.
Actually, I think I know what
Mother, what happened? Mother, are you sexually frustrated?
No,
It's all those vitamins. Vitamins.
I think because I'm sick and not feeling well, I think everything is like off. Like I'm hungry, I'm a little hangry, but I'm like, I don't know why, because I just ate. Like I think it's my time of the month. But we were talking about testosterone levels and how they've gone down.
That's your time of the month.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think we can take COVID off the list. It sounds like your blood work is coming back normal, so I'm glad to see that. So it's clear there's only one condition that you could possibly have. It's verbal diarrhea. I diagnosed it.
Oh, that I got it from Trent. Oh man,
he could be patient zero. It's possible.
Well, stop hanging out with Trent.
No, but jokes aside, y'all should go get your levels checked. I got mine checked. Mine were good, you know, but I get them checked as part of my recurring blood work every couple months. So I got to know if the boys are doing good.
Why are you getting blood work done every couple of months?
I have to for prep purposes. I have to get it done anyways.
For what purposes?
Because I'm sexually active gay man, I take PrEP, which prevents the transmission of HIV. And you have to get recurring blood work done every 3 months anyways. But on top of that, I pay for additional blood work to make sure everything is good. So before you get your prescription refilled, they go and check that you're blah, blah, blah. I'm only dating one guy right now, but because I had trust issues, I'm going to keep taking PrEP until this is we're married, you know? I don't know. These men be cheating on you, and then next thing you know, you catch something. So I take it out of.
But wait, the blood work, is it expensive every 3 months? Because that's a lot.
Oh my insurance. Well, without insurance, yes, it's expensive.
No, not expensive. I said expensive. Is it several vials that they have to take a month? Because some people they can't do that. They have sensitive veins and all of that. I'm just thinking that's a lot of blood work every 3 months.
They take about 4 vials, usually. Usually it's 4.
I've never heard of having to take it every 3 months.
You don't get, you're not required, your insurance doesn't require you to go get blood work every 3 months? I have to get it before they won't refill my subscription without getting the blood work done.
I've never heard
That's crazy.
of this ever. It's interesting, but what state are you in?
But because insurance, this is just new to me because, to your initial point, blood work is expensive. And for your insurance to cover it for every 3 months, that's, I have no words. That's interesting to me.
But I also, I'm not gonna be dishonest. I have very, very good healthcare. Everything is covered under my plan. Pretty much everything. After I go over my $600 deductible, I can get X-rays. I can get MRIs. I can get pretty much everything. So that's an exception. That's not the norm. Most people don't.
Yeah, you better knock on wood.
Do your friends also have blood tests every 3 months?
Yeah, they have to get it.
I'm from Florida too, so I don't know. I feel like that maybe your doctor marked you something at risk so you can get them done.
Well, it's because I'm a homosexual, so we're a higher risk population.
I get it. I know PrEP, and I know people who take PrEP, and
they take PrEP without getting their blood work done every 3 months. Where are they getting it from? Which provider is giving them
everywhere? And also, I travel the world and talk with people who have PrEP, and I've just never heard of blood tests every 3 months.
If I had to get my blood,
mind-boggling.
if I had to get my blood tested every 3 months, they just might as well put me in a coma.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I can barely.
That's a lot to go through. Yeah, I have
taken when I need
bad things. They gotta get pediatric needles. Like, it's a whole thing every time.
I start crying when they open the needle. I'm like, oh no!
I'm gonna start asking around.
Yeah, Google says that it's recommended. You don't need to, but it's generally recommended to have blood work done every 3 months.
Oh, so it's optional?
Taking PrEP.
Oh, I didn't know.
I've never heard of anyone actually doing it. So, who?
I thought everybody did it every 3 months. Let me ask the group chat. Hold on.
Jesus saved your pilot, me. I do not.
Not the group chat. I mean, that just further drives home the point that, it's not a choice. That's who you are. Because why would you sign up for something like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not sad. Like there's certain things, like when people say, oh, that lifestyle is a choice. I mean, it comes with its own set of trials and tribulations. I'm about to pass out just thinking about blood.
Yeah, I know women that take PrEP. So.
Yeah, anybody can take PrEP, but I don't think that's the reason why it's not a choice.
Especially the women in Atlanta.
I had to take a Zoloft.
A lot of women in Atlanta taking PrEP. Because, the men that are out there.
And recently, a lot of people around the world who are taking PrEP until the funding was pulled.
Yo, so apparently there's a new medication that's in FDA. Sorry, you just reminded me of this. It's apparently you only have to get it, take it twice a year. It's like a new injection that they're working on, and I'm like, that would be wonderful.
Oh yeah, I saw that on the. Oh, cool. I saw that in an advertisement. I saw that in an advertisement at my doctor's office. It's a shot you take.
Yeah, there's a shot you take every month.
Somebody in the chat, look what they just said.
No, this one you take it like every 6 months or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not every month.
Take the shot twice a year.
Look in the chat.
Wait, let me.
Yeah.
But the one that is at once every 2 years, funding was pulled from.
No, Joey, he said fag here, absolutely, every 3 months.
No, Authentic said that.
Oh, he was just laughing.
Oh, I got you, Joey. I saw it.
Oh, that's it.
I need better literacy, Mel. I need better literacy.
I need to get glasses. I think I'm pushing 40 now. I think it's time to get glasses, guys.
Oh, girl, yeah. Welcome to the club. Come on, girl. It's okay.
Ciao.
Look, when you start to think that the eye, like your light bulbs and the lighting is different, that's when you need glasses.
And when you start pushing the phone away from the face.
I was in denial. I called a friend and was like, when did they reduce the font on the vitamin bottle? And she was like, girl, you need reading glasses. And I was like, no. And I was like, I think I need soft lighting because this hard lighting, I can't see. She was like, you are coming up with every excuse. You need reading glasses.
Have you guys considered LASIK? I thought about it.
Those weird.
My sister
did. Those weird people. I don't need my glasses to read. I only need my glasses to see far. I literally take off my glasses when I'm reading.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that used to be me. But once I started having like working remotely, I'm in front of my computer so much that it was inevitable. I ended up needing reading glasses during COVID.
Get some blue blocker glasses.
Yeah, I wear blue blockers when I use my computer. But I also, that's like a medium distance.
So who here is going to get the Neuralink when it comes out?
Did you just hear me say I was too scared for the leak thing? You think I'm gonna get the?
Hell no.
No, I'm not gonna touch that. Well,
I won't even get in one of these Waymos. And the idea of hooking my brain up to anything that Elon Musk has touched, absolutely not. Not in a million, trillion, bajillion, trillion years.
So I guess we're going to start with
I took my car back. I took the car back to the dealership because the car was talking too much. I'm like, no, this car, it's doing too much. It's telling me how to park.
Yeah, I feel like they judge me. Like mine was telling me to pull over and get some coffee because I ran into the side for a little railing, and I was like, okay, you're doing too much. I didn't ask you for that.
You ran into the railing?
I didn't say railing. No. And then it told me, it said eco tip, but it was basically telling me to roll up my window because I guess the car moves faster or whatever. And I was like, I want the window down. Thank you.
Yeah, it's better energy because the car is not filling up with air to make you have to use more power.
There is some medication you can take if the car is talking to you too much, though. My doctor.
But the guy told me, he was like, you could turn that off. You don't have to return the car. You could just turn that off. I'm like, okay. I don't want to.
Did you tell him you want what you want? Did you take the car back?
Like, okay, I was like, turn it off then. How do I turn it off? And I haven't turned it on since. I don't want all that shit.
Yeah, my friend's Acura, she said that something in it's like a cell phone code driving thing, and it was like correcting her steering wheel when she was trying to switch lanes, like she was doing it too early, and then it was trying to help her park, and I was like, I don't need all of that. And it was like when she wanted to decelerate during cruise control, it was doing it. It wasn't doing it when she wanted to do it. Like it was trying to tell her when to decelerate and accelerate. I was like,
And mine does this thing like with the mirrors, like when you put it in reverse, it changes like the side mirrors. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's good.
What's going on?
I like that part.
I don't want it. I have my mirrors the way I need it. I don't want you doing that.
I like when they turn down because then you can see the curb.
Yeah, they do. They go down. I said, but I can look. I don't need you to do that. First time I went to get my driver's license, the only thing I passed was parallel parking. I'm an expert at parallel parking.
Well, I'm at it, but I still do like that feature. I gotta say, I find that useful.
And do you like the one that beeps when you're parking and you get too close to the curb and it goes beep 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 beep? Oh,
yeah, I do, but so I had a really rare form of glaucoma, so I don't see well out of one of my eyes. So judging distance is something that kind of went away for me. So I technically have a disability that makes that really useful for me. So I'm a little.
Yeah, I have to wear. I really need my glasses at night. I have night driving glasses because my depth perception at night it's terrible. My doctor said that my what is it, whatever, the cataracts or whatever, he said, yeah, they're forming, but you got a long way to go. Like, why? Because when you get that cataract surgery, you get like impeccable vision.
So I've had two of them because they had to replace my lenses.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. It didn't really show up that much for me though because I was just too young. Like I didn't have the build up yet. But yeah, I talked to some people who have gotten it, and they said they just like couldn't believe what the world looked like after they got their cataract surgeries. It was all sharp and clear again. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't need glasses anymore. But I'm gonna have to wait until I'm 80, because my eyes, like last time I got my eyes checked, my doctor was like, "Yeah, you don't need new glasses." It's like, what do you mean I don't need new glasses? I've had these glasses. I've had the same glasses for like 5 years. What's going on? Yeah, my eyes, they're not changing. It's crazy.
I mean, that's a good thing, right?
I mean, yeah, I got new glasses anyway because I wanted new frames. But yeah, that's good. My eyes aren't getting worse. Because I'm like, I can't paint my toenails without my glasses. Like, that's a problem. But, you know, I can see, so that's a blessing and a gift. Not knocking it.
I think there was something my optometrist said about your eyes reaching, I think it's after 30, your eyes settle and they stop changing as much. Or maybe it's 35. Fuck, I can't remember the age.
That might be right, because I remember that was so long ago, 35. When you're 70, you know.
Wait a minute, Doctor, you're 70? I thought you were like 76.
My eyes were like, I am 76. What? My eyes were like going back. Like I went back prescriptions for a while.
Your eyes were Benjamin Button.
Yeah. It's funny you say that because that's what my sisters call me, Benjamin Button. Because they're getting older and they swear I'm aging in reverse. But, yeah. My eyes were. But now they've been stable for the last 5 years. I've had the same prescription, so. I don't know. I'm a weird person out here in the world. I use both sides of my brain equally, so that may be the problem.
You know, that's 2 more sides than the average clubhouse participant.
That explains my frustration then with the clubhouse conversations. I'm just like, use your brain, any part of it.
Wow, I had no. So now I have a new perspective on one of our previous conversations, Dr. A.G., because I remember you got pissed at me one time because I was like, oh, Dr. A.G. is my girl. And then you were like, I'm not your girl. And I was like, okay, this makes more sense now. I was thinking you were like 40-something. I had no idea you were in your 70s. So I apologize.
I'm not really in my 70s.
Oh, okay.
I just say that because my grandmother told me that I was 50 when I was 7. So I figure, you know, now I've got to be at least 80, you know?
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, now I feel bad. I was like, here I am disrespecting a 70-year-old.
But don't tell anybody that I'm not 70. That's a secret. Everybody has to believe that I'm 76. Like somebody said to me once, you're too old to be acting this way. So I'm like, what in the world? Yeah. I feel I'm 76, but I feel like I've lived 76 years, but I'm just trapped in a younger body, you know? You know how that is? Like, there should be a thing for that. There has to be a name for that. It's not like body dysmorphia, but maybe age dysmorphia or something.
I also think people are just growing up slower nowadays. Like, at some point, like, people didn't become adults until they're, like, late 20s. And I was like, society has kind of changed expectations. Like, people are just taking longer to become full.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with us about your experience?
Yeah, so one last thing. I also will say I am kind of happy to see that parents are allowing their kids to move back home after college, because I think that will help financially a lot of the next generation, so they can take some of that burden of student loans off their debt. So like that whole notion that it's like frowned upon or you're a loser for moving back home, I'm glad that's going away, because it's helping a lot. That's it, Aaron. That's a lot.
I found that was fundamentally an American thing. I mean, in a lot of European countries, people live with their parents. Like in Italy, people live with their parents until they get married. Men and women.
I know some cultures where they marry and still live with the parents for a little bit.
Yeah, it's
to
not
save up for their house.
like, yeah, it's not uncommon in Italy to find like a 30-year-old man living with his parents. Like, yeah, yeah, I think that was like fundamentally an American thing. But I do have to say that I do look sideways at people. Like, why are you still living with your parents? Like, what the fuck? You too old for that. But, you know.
I think if it's like, okay, if you're 26, maybe I can give it a go. If you're still 32 and you're still at home, all right, we gotta talk about you moving out. Like, it's time. Let your parents retire.
Yeah. It used to be a joke about people living in their parents' basement, but it's not anymore. It's too true to be a joke.
Times are changing.
I don't know. I think maybe it's because, well, everyone knows I'm Latino. It's actually very common for us to like move in with our parents, but I think I'm glad that's becoming a norm outside.
Dominicans never let their sons leave.
So right, Mel, your daughters or kids are gonna move back in, and they're gonna be there for.
I hope they come back. If they listen to their mother, they'll come back.
Water or this?
Water.
But the reason why it became a norm is because now property is expensive.
And that's also like a shitty apartment will cost you $3,000 a month, like some basic ass.
Exactly. Back in the day, you can get a basic ass apartment for like $500.
I tell my daughter, you better come back home. I don't know. Let's see what happens.
There's that Dominican accent.
I think it's kind of. I mean, there are advantages and disadvantages, because I think the longer it takes for people to become self-sufficient, the harder it is. You know. God forbid, like their parents die young or something. Like both my parents died young, and my brother is fucked in the game because of it. But yes, I think there are pluses and minuses to it. If the parents are really strict about you're living at home and making sure that you take some responsibilities while you're doing that, then I think that makes a difference. But living at home the same way you did when you were in high school, that's not a good look.
Times are hard.
Yeah, I just want my daughter to have a savings and, not just go out there, just to go out there and be living check to check.
Do you think this generation is growing up slower than the previous generations?
Hell yeah.
Oh God, yes.
We were definitely faster than them.
In a whole bunch of ways, emotionally, psychologically. Like I've engaged with 3 generations of young people, and particularly Gen Z. It's a lot of arrested development.
What's the culprit?
Gen X parents.
Yeah, but some of the parents are millennials. Some of the parents are millennials. Don't forget that.
That was nasty.
Yeah, I mean the millennial, but like the later Gen Z kids, like now they're a little different, but the early Gen Z, oh my goodness, I'm like, oh Lord.
I was talking to my professor of social media, and we were talking about this new generation of kids, and she's like, I don't understand what the hell is going on. I come late on purpose to try to get them to communicate, and they're just all on their phones. And I know I'm teaching social media, but it's social. It's not just media. Why can't I get them to talk? And she's like, I also am supposed to, part of my thing is that they have to go to 4 events and write about it and post about it. And these people are saying that there's no events that they can find. Are they crazy? There's so many things going on. Like, do anything.
And I noticed just communication skills are poor.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. In-person communication skills.
Being able to hold a conversation, it's, oh my God.
Well, as you can see here, people don't be understanding words, Doctor.
Yeah. Yeah, it's...
We're not even talking the same language anymore.
And I read this article, this was like a few months back, and they were talking about how in high school, kids don't read books anymore. You know, like there used to be a time where everybody read, like To Kill a Mockingbird. In an English class, that was like the reading everybody did. In some grade, 9 through 11, you read To Kill a Mockingbird. And now kids are they read chapters from books, or they'll read like short stories, but it's very rare that they read a book from cover to cover. So they're not even reading. I mean, they're reading, but need to be able to do sustained reading. Like, wait, what?
Back then, though, all that standardized reading, Lord of the Flies and stuff.
Yeah, we read it.
We would read, but we'd have cliff notes as well, the printed out ones. But yeah.
Men read the cliff
notes. Yeah, but
yeah,
you also read, though.
Yeah, you couldn't read the cliff notes all the time. You couldn't get away with that.
Yeah.
The dumb men.
Because not all books had cliff notes.
Exactly, and also they're expensive. You gotta find the person who has them. It was not. It's a lot harder.
Oh, you had to pay for them back then, huh?
You had to buy them. What are you talking about?
Oh, wow.
Dr. AJ, you know I have 2 Gen Zs, and I would say they are the total opposite. So I would say my son is more like the Gen Zs that very, he can't communicate. No comment. But then you see my other Gen Z, which is my daughter. She's good. So I won't say it's a Gen Z thing. It's just depending on the Gen Z child. Like, I find that there's a lot of kids like my son, but then I find that there's kids like my daughter.
And it's definitely dependent on their age, right? Mm-hmm. And the gender does make a difference. There's a difference between the women and the men.
Yeah.
And their social the social dysfunction manifests in different ways. I find like with the girls, their communication skills are really good, but their level of like the boys are very, even though they express it in very muted ways, the boys are very confident, but the girls less so. In terms of like self-image, self-esteem, aspiration, that kind of thing. Like the boys, they're like, yeah, they can do anything. They just choose not to.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely the gender thing. I see, and I have friends that also have sons, and they have the same problem with their sons versus their daughters.
Yeah. It's a really